So good morning. Today is Thursday, May 16th, 2009, and this is the Healing the Heart of America course. And today's topic is the threatened extinctions of the species. And as part of that, how we are using our land resources, our land management, because that's a major factor in all these species becoming extinct. So, boy, even talking about this, sort of like my energy just dropped. It's like I'm thinking, my thought was, do we want to be the generation that causes massive extinction of life on this planet? Poof. No, the answer is no, we don't. Well, there's the heaviness of that energy. So let's begin by moving into our hearts. And so just sit up straight. Want to be comfortable, as aligned as possible, and put your hands one on top of each other over your heart. And we're just saying, good morning, heart. Nice to know you. Let me introduce myself. I am here, and you are here, and we're in this together. And just check to see if you can start to feel the whole heartbeat through your fingers, your fingertips, or through your palms, or just internally you feel it. This is part of the great rhythm of life. All of life has a rhythm, a vibration. To say a vibration means to have a rhythm. And just breathe into your heart. And allow that gratitude for our hearts to rise up. And just go ahead and let your hands back down into your lap and just take a moment to notice, how do you feel? What's your experience? What's your state when we begin this simple process of connecting to our heart? And now, in preparation for the healing of the wounds of our own heart and the healing of the wounds in the heart of America, let's begin our heart rhythm meditation, this wonderful practice pulled from the great tradition of the Desert Fathers and the Desert Mothers, these astounding God-realized beings of the 4th and 5th century. Susanna and Ferran Bear pulled it out from their research and have brought it out. They have a school called I Am Heart that's just focused on the heart. That's where all this comes from. So, what we begin to do is sit up straight and we start by just watching our breathing. These Abbas and Ammas of antiquity, they use their heart and their breath to meditate. So just begin to watch your breath. How easy it is it? How free is it? How full? What's the inhale like? The exhale? Whatever it is you're noticing about your breath. And when it's comfortable, let's begin with a very full exhale. Pull the stomach muscles all the way back towards the spine as far as it's comfortable. And as you let go, notice how automatically the breath is very full on the intake. And just breathe with a full inhale and full exhale for a minute or two. And when it's comfortable, let's begin to connect the rhythm of our heartbeat with the rhythm of our respiration, of our breathing. And typically that means 6 or 8 heartbeats on the inhale to 6 or 8 heartbeats on the exhale. But whatever is comfortable for you. Could be 4, could be 10, could be 12. If you can't feel your heartbeat easily, please go ahead and just feel your pulse on your wrist, on your neck. However we do it, we just want to connect to the heart. You can also hold your breath for a while. You'll start to feel your heartbeat immediately. And every morning we add an extra application to this process of connecting the rhythm of our breathing to the rhythm of our heart. This process brings us to connecting to the very rhythm of the earth. The pulsing of our heart is connected to the magnetic pulsing of the earth. And this morning, because we're connecting with nature more this morning as we deal with the animal kingdom, the insects, the birds, the plants, let's start connecting with the 5 elemental forces that reside in the very threshold of creation. that are really responsible for the physical creation, the chandas value, the elemental kingdom, depending on your tradition. And this morning we want to connect with the earth element. In Sanskrit, bhumi, the earth. There's many names for it. And the way we do it in this tradition is there's 5 different breathing patterns we'll connect to. And this first one is the most basic, the most natural, springing from the earth, and it's in through the nose and out through the nose. And the intention is to welcome up the earth element, to let our awareness, let our heart expand deep into the earth, and with an inhale, still connecting the heart to the breath, bring up that earth energy through our feet, through our legs, up into the heart. And with the exhale, breathe down through the nose. Allow the energy to flow through your body, down through your feet, back down, 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 deep into the earth. And just breathe it back up. Inhaling to the count of 8 with the heartbeat. Exhaling, pulling the energy back down. And the qualities of the earth element. You think about the earth, it's stable. It's the foundational element to our lives. It has a sense of spreading out to be stable and strong. There's a phrase in India that says, we should be as patient as the earth. And that's another quality of the earth, is patience, perseverance. So when we need patience, when we need perseverance, this is a really wonderful breath to go to. Connecting down, down to the center of the earth, the entire earth if you like, and bringing that energy back up for our use in our daily life, for these qualities of patience, perseverance, stability. And we use the quality of the earth to heal ourselves. The way the earth purifies is that it accepts everything. All the pollution, all the garbage, and then it composts it. Creates this composting quality. And would it be okay with us when it comes time to heal our own wounds, if we could welcome them in and with the help of the earth simply transform this energy? So the invitation is, as we begin this part of the meditation where we heal the wounds in our own heart, first to just check in to see, how do we feel individually about the great animals starting to disappear from the face of the earth? Or we could even make it more personal. Have you ever had a pet that passed on? And what energy comes up for you about that? What grief? What sadness? Or have you had a friend who deeply loved the animal. And the animal was hit by a car, or whatever had to happen, had to be put down, whatever it is. Would it be okay with us, or whatever else it is you want to work on today? If animals aren't a big connection in your life, it's fine. Whatever it is, could we welcome up that grief, that pain, or that fear, or whatever? Could we welcome that up and either be with that feeling, that's a way of loving that feeling, be with that feeling, or could we pull that energy into our hearts, really, into the very depth of the earth, perhaps, and allow that energy to be transformed into some divine quality. Perhaps love, perhaps power, perhaps wisdom, perhaps persistence, or faith, or kindness. I'll let you pick the quality that you would like to develop in your own life. But we want to develop these qualities so they become alive, vibrant within us, written in our hearts, as it says in the Bible. Written in our hearts so that we automatically refer to them instead of our own past conditioning when we react. So pull up some more. What else is going on in your life that needs to be healed? Who are you judging? Who are you judging about the environment, the pollution? About the use of our land? A friend wrote to me saying we have this freeway being built through the desert down in Arizona, and it's going to destroy this habitat for all the desert creatures. She was feeling great pain about it, and I get this. Every year, how much more of America is paved over? How do you feel about this? What judgments do you have? Oh, they shouldn't do this. Could we welcome up that judgment and recognize that judging people doesn't change them? Judging people doesn't change the process of action. Could we welcome that up and let that shift into love, into more love? And where are we judging ourselves in all of this? Where have we failed? In this or in any part of our lives, in our relationships, with our health, with our diet, where have we failed? And whatever comes up, that feeling of failure, sometimes of despair, oh my gosh, will I never get this right? Can you pull this up, honor this as a feeling, honor this as intelligence from our bodies, hear it, love it, and let it shift into compassion, into love, into power, perhaps into resolve. And it's not that we want to try and revert back to willpower to make things happen. That's very useful, usually for short-term events. But we want to uncover the deep desires of our hearts, which gives us the energy and the power to fulfill those desires as part of the desire. Let's go there again. Could you go inside of your heart and ask, what is your deep, deep desire here of your heart? What is it about, we'll say, the animal kingdom, the plant kingdom, about the use of the land, our relationship with the land, our relationship with Mother Earth, pollution, whatever it is for you, or just in your own life? What are you working on that frustrates you? We want to go into our hearts and just sit for a moment, breathing in and out of our hearts, and just ask for the wisdom of our hearts to come forth. Some of us will get very clear intuitions, very clear whispering. Some of us will get something very faint. Some of us will be wondering, I don't see it. And could you be okay with that and allow this to arise at its own time, in its own way? And it may be just a friend coming up and saying something and you go, oh my goodness, that's it. I had people say they saw a billboard that had some unusual message and they go, oh, that's it. Whatever it is, could we be patient and gentle with ourselves and our receptivity? And could we give ourselves some love and approval? And more love and approval. Check to see if there's anyone that you want love and approval from. Anyone who you're feeling like they're not hearing me. They're not respecting me. That's all a form of wanting love and approval. And it's not that they shouldn't, they should. But that when we're in a place of asking for it, there's no power there. Wanting it doesn't make it happen. What makes it happen is when we give them love and approval. They respond even though they don't know what they're doing. Whoever you want love and approval from, would it be okay if you gave them some love and approval right now? Just, I love you. I love you. I love you. So all the people who profit, who make a living, profit has such a charged term from it, who make a living by building freeways, by expanding, the growing of the crops, where we have this huge monoculture which destroys the diversity of our plant life. Could we just love them? that they might hear from us. All those cultures that prize elephant tusks and rhinoceros tusks, and they lead to this horrific poaching of these beautiful animals. Could we give them love and approval that they might hear our message of the beauty of these creatures, of these beings? And all these poachers who are trying to feed and support their families, whose traditional way of life has been destroyed by the creation of these vast, beautiful national parks in Africa. They can no longer hunt in their traditional hunting grounds. Could we send them love and approval with a deep wish of our heart for them to find the perfect livelihood? And to go back to those who keep on spreading the suburbs out, that's all of us, by the way, taking up more and more habitat, building freeways, more and more habitat, stopping the migratory patterns. The way it's working is, we're now going into the whole picture for the world here. The way it's working is, normally, typically, species do go extinct maybe 1 to 5 a year over the course of creation, or the last 100 million years, something like that. And now, the scientists are estimating, it's hard to estimate how many are really going extinct, but they say 1,000 to 100 times more than that. And it could be 2,000 to 200,000 species are going extinct every year. Hard to say exactly how many species we have. It ranges from estimates from 10 million to 100 million to 200 million. It's such vast numbers in creation. But all the people who promote plastics that are getting in the microfibers, microballs that are getting into our oceans, filling up our fish. You know that now our whales are so living in such toxic, polluted waters. They absorb all the toxins into their fat, into their blubber. And then when they go on these long journeys, like from Alaska to Hawaii for their mating, they start digesting their fat as they have for thousands and thousands of years. Only now the toxins make them toxic, and they're starting to become infertile and die. There's such sad stories in all of the animal kingdom. The big cats are all in danger of extinction. 60% of the primates, there are like 504 or 506 species of primates, 60% are in danger of extinction. So how are we going to feel? Or how do we feel about being the generations that cause this massive death of life on Earth? I feel this huge heaviness when I ask this question. Whatever you're experiencing, is it okay if we welcome that feeling up, accept it as divine intelligence from our body, and either spread it out to the field, the heart field, let it go, or pull it into our hearts and allow it to shift. Here I'm going to ask for power. Allow it to shift, to empower and energize every one of us, that we may set the intention that says, no more. Now is the time for us to heal our planet, to clean up our planet. Now is the time to join together to protect these incredible life species that have been millions of years in the development. There was a study in Germany, 75% reduction in the insect life in Germany. And I know we know this here in Iowa. We used to drive to Iowa City from Fairfield, about an hour's drive, and always bugs galore in our windshield. Now I wouldn't call it rare, but it's infrequent. You get bugs in the windshield. It's all the pesticides that we spray to have our food supply. But could we allow our food supply to be safe and secure without all of these pesticides? And again, I welcome up this surge of energy that comes through me. I don't know where you guys are. And I say, power. I call for the collective power of our hearts to send forth this intention throughout all of creation. Now is the time to live in harmony with our planet. Now is the time to love Mother Earth and allow this intention from the collective power of our hearts to awaken the hearts of all mankind. And let's just pull up a picture, a vision. Pull up your own vision, or I'll lead with one, but embellish it as you might, of a world free from pollution, free from these massive collections of garbage in the ocean, a world free of, or just having pristine beaches free of garbage, an ocean that is pure, air that is pure, earth that very quickly regenerates itself. The earth can do that. We know that. We stop polluting and the earth becomes fantastically clean quickly. It just happens that way. And humans, from their heart, honoring the animal kingdoms, loving them and cherishing them as part of the divine creation. All the animals, all the plants, the insects, the birds. 1 in 8 of every bird species is threatened right now. Could we allow this shift into the beauty of the earth, the harmony, the love dominating? And to that we say yes. We allow that to happen spontaneously and effortlessly. And any worry, any disbelief to that vision, just welcome that up right now. It may not have happened in the past, but who can say now? Because you allow the power of the heart to rise up in its full glory. And can we allow that vision to come forth in an easy and effortless manner? And so I thank everyone here for lending your heart to this cause. I don't usually preach so much. I usually try and go on both sides. But here I am, completely attached. And I guess something to let go of. So just sit there for a moment. Pull our energy back into our hearts. Feel the energy in the soles of your feet. And when it's comfortable, open your eyes. So, that ends our formal part of this class. Now we move into our interactive session. And we're going to try something new for the folks on the phone. And that is, because we're just having problems with this Q&A process, is that we're not going to start the Q&A process. Everyone is muted, but if you have a question or a comment or want to do some individual work, simply hit *5 to unmute yourself and speak up. I want to make sure that works. Even if you don't want to work, can someone hit *5 and speak up? That's not a happy response.
Meditation works. You're all meditating. So.
Can you?
Yes, I can.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Thank you so much. Are you just testing our system, or did you have a comment or a question or want to work?
Both. What I did was hit *5 and *6, and that was unmuted.
Okay, thank you. So maybe it's *6, but I can hear your voice, and I see from your phone number you're out there in the Seattle area.
Yeah, you know me. I'm Sarah.
Tara, so nice to hear from you.
Yeah. I wanted to mention how difficult it is to get rid of plastic in our lives, how difficult it is to eliminate our personal use of plastic.
Yes.
And that's a challenge for me.
So would you like to do some work on that?
Pardon me?
Would you like to do some work on that?
Well, I'm strategizing.
Aha. So Sitara, here's my invitation to you.
Yeah.
You're strategizing, and that's a sort of a clue that's a mental process.
It is, yes.
Would it be okay with you if you referred back to your heart? And allowed your heart to give you the wisdom as to how to best proceed to eliminate plastics and every other toxin in your life. Would that be okay with you?
That's a wise approach, yes. Yeah. Fine. Yeah. Thank you for that.
Okay, good. And anywhere else we need to go with this, or is that a good enough place for you?
That's a good place for me, and I thank you.
Okay.
If someone else has.
Thank you very much, Sitara. Really nice to hear.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hello, Jaya. We can hear you.
Oh, God, thank you. Thank you. Oh, good. By the way, in order for you to hear me, it was *6, not
*6.
*5, not *5.
Gotcha. There we go. It's *6.
Okay. So the only problem I'm sitting here with, and it's really short, is I felt unbelievable rage. And then I was able to feel unbelievable power in my heart. These are the two heart places that you took me. Where I'm missing is the faith and trust that the power of our hearts can really do something.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
I don't have that faith or trust.
Yes, Jaya.
Can I unmute myself? I don't want to cry into this phone.
Oh, Jaya, you would be doing us a phenomenal service if you would lead our whole group through this. Are you okay with that? Jaya?
I'll try.
Okay. So can you, obviously this is very raw, very, very present for you, all this pain. And this feeling of this lack of faith and trust that this could work, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So now, let me ask you, if that is coming from your heart or if that's coming from your mind?
Oh, it's coming from my mind.
Yes. Yes. So could you give your mind some love and approval?
Okay.
And could you give it some more love and approval?
It's difficult, but I think I can. Yeah, I guess.
Sure you can. I mean, you know, your mind is crying, it's acting out because it wants to be heard, it wants to be loved, and you have such a huge heart. Would it be okay with you if you loved every part of yourself?
Okay.
Yeah, that's okay, isn't it? And could you go with us a little bit more? Just love every part of yourself, including your mind.
Oh, boy.
Yes. Yes. Now, what I can hear in your voice, that you can tell me, is that already, in just 60, 90 seconds here, by loving your mind, you've calmed down tremendously from just a minute ago. Is that a fair
Yes.
point? Yes, it is.
Yes.
Just like that. And this is what happens when we go into our hearts. And we give our heart a project, and the heart just goes, yes, let me go. Quit hiding me in here. Right? Yeah. So, Jaya, this feeling of not having enough trust and faith and really sort of a despair that this will never work, right?
Right.
Yes. Because you've been trying so long and so hard to bring a connection between the humans and the animal kingdom, right?
Right.
Yes. Yes. So can you look back and see that you are disapproving of your progress in this life?
Sure, I'm disapproving of my progress.
Sure you are. And it's fair, totally. I'm not saying it's a wrong thing to feel or think or this or that. But what I'm going to ask you to do is feel that energy, and let's use that energy. Is that okay with you?
Yes.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? So
Yes.
could you love that energy? Could you let go of disapproving of all that you've done? and everybody else, whatever you've tried to do in this world and failed, check disapproving of yourself for it. And I had the same thing, Jaya. I'm right with you. You know, when I think about what's happened to our planet, I just collapse. So could we all just let go of disapproving of what we've failed to do? We're just judging ourselves here. We're just beating ourselves up. And it's just an energy. We want to honor the energy, and we want to use it. Because it's not being used very well right now. So, Jaya?
Yes.
How are you feeling? Is that judgment of yourself a little bit lessened?
Well, I guess I want to put the words, it's a workaround.
Yeah, it is. And that's okay. Is it okay if you work around really deep, intense energy?
Yeah, because the workaround is going towards my goal again.
Yes. And honestly, I said this the other day, I'll say it again. Really big, deep, powerful emotions, you want to address the edge of them. Okay? The edge of them, and slowly drain it off. If you go right at the whole thing all at once, it can be overwhelming. So, would it be okay, Jaya, if we made this shift from beating ourselves up about what we didn't do to acknowledging that, yes, I've done some things, and maybe small, but some of them are big, and I can tell you what you've done for me is big. Okay? Would it be okay with you if you gave yourself some love and approval for the things you've done for the animal kingdom?
Yes, it will be okay.
Yes. And could you give yourself some more love and approval? For everyone else also. And everyone in this room, everyone on the phone, I know where your hearts are. We've all done things. We give ourselves love and approval for what we've done.
Okay.
Okay? And could you love yourself some more? Yeah.
Okay.
You are a powerful, strong voice. Wherever you go, you bring this forward, and people have to hear you. They may not like you, okay? Because you push their buttons. But is it okay with you if you recognize what a powerful force you are in your own world? Is that okay, Jaya?
It's okay.
And is it okay with you if you never become a famous spokesperson or activist in your field?
It's not really okay.
Gotcha. I gotcha. And we love you so much for that answer, Jaya. We just love you. So everyone else go there too. You know, feeling that we should have been bigger, more famous, more powerful, more of an impact on our environment. Right? So, pull up that feeling. Notice it's a judgment. Okay? It's just a judgment. And it's not helping. Allow it to shift. Allow it to heal. Pull it into your heart, whatever's working for you. Is it okay if the divine plan is such that our role is very local? Would that be okay with you? If we serve just as we are intended to, and that may not be famous activists. It may not be Nelson Mandela, Martin Luther King, or whoever comes to your mind. Would it be okay with us if we move into our hearts and allow that alignment with the divine force of evolution, with the universal heart, and serve in that manner. And can you find, yes, and can you find the peace in that, Jaya?
Yes, I can feel the peace in that, yes.
Yes. And is it okay with you if every time you start to find yourself saying, oh, I should be doing more, this, I'm not good enough, I'm not effective, I'm a failure. Every time that failure energy comes up, would it be okay with you if you love that energy, come back into your heart and experience this peace? Is that okay with you?
Well, it will be okay with me, but you see, there's still the problem of faith and trust that if I do that, my soul will further my purpose here, which is to help the animals.
Yes.
See, if I do that, that's a really great process.
Yes.
And I'm back to the beginning of what I shared this morning, which was what seems missing is that even if I do that, the great divine plan, as you phrased it, will help the animals on this planet.
So good. So Jaya, let me ask you this question. This is just a discrimination. Are you doing more good for the implementation of that divine plan by being frantic and fearful and unhappy?
You bet your life I'm not doing more good for it.
Right. Good. So that's very clear there. And the best bet for allowing the divine plan to unfold smoothly is for us to be in our hearts.
And to get out of its way, right?
Get out of its way. Yes. So let me ask, so we got clear on that. Let's go on to faith and trust here. So would it be okay with you if every time some issue comes up that throws you out and you're sort of out of sorts or whatever, and we pull this energy into our heart and feel this peace, would it be okay with you if you allowed that energy to be transformed into faith? Would that be okay?
I can, it would, of course it'd be okay, but I can pray and ask for it.
Yes. And you know ways of pulling in the divine being connected to faith.
Evoking, yes.
So is it okay if you just do those practices and protect your heart?
Yes.
It's okay, isn't it?
Yes.
And do what you do with faith and trust, and whatever the result is the result. But let go of this thing that says, I personally have to do everything on this, to change every person's mind on this planet. Is that okay? Would you let that go?
I just want to fulfill my part,
Yes.
my role.
Yes. And is it okay if you do that by moving into your heart and acting from your heart?
I'll definitely work with that. That's great.
That's great. All right, Jaya.
Thank you.
I sort of did this for you and our friend Heather overseas. I just knew I had to do this topic. And I'm so glad you showed up on the phone and worked with us here. Really, you go very deeply in this work. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. And you can mute yourself, I guess, by *6. I guess I had that wrong. *6. And anyone else?
You said *6.
Yes. Hello.
Hello.
Steve, this is Patsy. I'm living here in Florida right now, but grew up in New Jersey, the Garden State.
The home of Love Canal.
No, not New Jersey. Well, I think it might have been, but where I grew up was kind of like what you're describing where you are. It was all farms. We had farms, orchards. And I left New Jersey a couple years ago and ended up down here in Florida, where actually the beaches near me, people really have an awareness, at least that's what I see, how they live with their beaches near me. But in New Jersey, what really struck me was, and you didn't really touch on this, was there an awful lot of humans right now on this planet, that need to live somewhere. So what I don't get is, how do we do that? How do we have, 7 billion people on this planet? We've tried putting land aside in the parks, to help protect the animals, but that doesn't necessarily seem to be working, And I just wanted to say, in New Jersey, we're raising houses, not farms.
So, Patsy?
Yeah.
Can you ask your mind if it has a solution to this?
No, my mind doesn't. That's why I put it out there.
Right. So the mind doesn't, and when we keep going back and asking the mind over and over and over again, remember that charming definition of insanity? We do the same thing expecting a different result.
Yeah.
The mind has no answers. The mind is this fabulous tool holding data for us, including all of our past conditioned experiences. But for something new, a real solution, we need the wisdom of the heart. We need wisdom, not data. So is it okay with you if you start to ask your heart for a solution here?
Well, yes.
Of course it is.
Yes.
And is it okay with you if you let go of disapproving of yourself for not having a solution?
Yes.
Yes. And could you do that some more? Let go of disapproving yourself for not having a solution.
Yes.
Yes. And could you give yourself some love and approval?
Yes.
And more love and approval?
Yes.
And what's your experience right now?
Well, I appreciate being put back on track. I didn't realize how far afield I was with trying to figure it out. I know for my own life is, we have these little lizards here, and I hate touching them, but I can't kill them. It's that little that I honor life. That
So right there,
I find a way to put them back outside. So that I can only honor life the way I'm living it to the best of my ability. Yeah.
And do you do that from your mind or from your heart?
My heart. Oh, it's definitely a heart thing.
Yes.
And can I say one thing to you? Why I have you on the phone?
Okay.
Can I say thank you? You and I have met at a retreat in Vail, Colorado, the very first one that was offered there.
Oh my goodness, that goes back.
And I sat with you on the bus to the airport. And and the thing that I wanted to share that has helped so much, because from the very first phone call that we've done, or the first one of these meetings, my heart got so stirred up. Whatever was still buried there, and there's evidently a lot, it just kept getting worse every day, even with this, every day getting worse and worse, because that example that I saw you set, what I was drawn to was this incredible compassion that you saw in all these situations. And so I have struggled with these calls. Mother's Day this year was one of the worst Mother's Days I've had, and yet it was positive in that obviously these calls are stirring up a lot of blocks in my heart, wounds in my heart.
Patsy?
And so I'm deeply grateful.
Thank you very much. And I really encourage you to go into your heart right now.
I am. It's just It's open.
All of that stirring, can you welcome that up?
Yes.
And could you allow that to shift? And what divine quality would you like to build in your life? Compassion? Love?
Is unconditional love,
Yes.
just unconditional love, that's what the Master called us to do.
Good. So here we are, all this stuff coming up. Can you love it?
Yes.
And can you love it some more?
Yes.
And more?
Yes.
And what happens when you love this energy?
I can feel it leaving. It's just like like a clearing out.
And the quality of love strengthens in you, doesn't it?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So is it okay with you if that quality of love gets stronger and stronger and stronger?
Oof. There's some fear. It's stirring up some fear.
Good. So that's fear right there. That's a voice within you, right? And can you honor that?
Yeah.
Can you honor that voice within you? It's some old stuff,
Yes.
but maybe it's not safe to love, right?
That's what it feels like. Yes.
Right. So when we all have that, it's not safe to love. So everyone on the phone, everyone here, where is it not safe to love in your life? And just welcome up. It's just an energy. We want to welcome up. And is it okay with you if you love that fear and you transform it with that love?
Yes.
Yes. And could you love it some more?
Yes.
And more?
Yes.
And what's happening to that fear now?
It's it's going down.
It's going down. Would it be okay with you if it's easy to let that fear go, and easy to transform that into love?
Yes, it's okay with me.
It's okay if it's easy. Of course it is. So is it okay with you if you step into your role as being a woman of unconditional love?
Yes.
Now, that's a lot of courage there to say that, isn't it?
Oh. Yeah, behind it there's joy. I'm like blocking that. That's
Deeper
it's
is
there.
Love, laughing, freedom, right?
Right.
So is it okay with you if you are completely free to love unconditionally?
Can you repeat that?
Is it okay with you if you are free to love unconditionally?
From my heart. That's challenging. I want to say yes, but there's
more
resistance to it.
More resistance. So on a scale of 10 to 1, with 10 being complete resistance and 1 being no resistance, where would you say that resistance is?
10.
10. So this is big, deep energy. That's really good. Good. So can you just feel that resistance and be with that?
Yeah, it's very painful right now.
Good. All that pain is just energy, isn't it?
Yes. Stuck.
Stuck. So could you just be with it and let it become unstuck easily?
Yes.
And unstuck even more easily.
Yes.
Yes. And even more.
Yes.
And how's that feeling now?
It's moving up. It's moving up into my throat.
Good. And can you just be with that?
Still stuck.
Still stuck. Just be with that throat energy. You want to be loving it. And let this be easy. It can happen very smoothly and easily. Doesn't have to, but just give it permission to be easy.
Yes.
This is your energy, and you are the master here, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So this energy that you've created, is this bigger than you, or are you bigger than it?
I'm bigger than it.
You are bigger than it. Could you say that so we believe you?
Could what?
Could you say that?
I'm bigger than.
Yeah.
I'm bigger than you. Yes.
I'm bigger than this energy. Yes.
I am bigger than this energy.
Yes. So could you?
Wow.
Wow. There you go.
Yeah.
That shifted it, didn't it?
It did.
Yeah. So on a scale of 10 down to 1 or 0, where is it right now?
A 6.
A 6. Big shift in just a minute or two, right?
Yes.
Yeah, now it's on the run, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
There went more.
Yeah. Did you let that just run into your heart?
Yes.
Yeah. Because you now have fun with it now that you know you're the boss and you're winning?
Yes. There it goes. Yeah.
Yes, there it goes. Yes.
Thank you. Oh, boy.
Yeah. So now let's go back to that question again. Is it okay with you if the quality of divine love, of unconditional love in your heart becomes very profound and strong in you?
Yes.
Is it okay if you become a being of unconditional love?
Yes.
Ooh, I could feel that. All right, Patsy.
Thank you, Steve.
I think you're done, and thank you so much for stepping up. Really appreciate that.
Thank you.
All right. So we're now at 10 after 10. We're running quite late. I think we're going to call it a day. I know there's someone else who's on the phone for a minute, maybe tomorrow. I think their name was Jean. Sometimes names show up, sometimes they don't, but Jean or Jean, maybe. Well, let me thank everyone for coming and supporting and joining in Hearts Together. Very grateful for you all. All right, I'm going to unmute everyone and no, we want unmuted. Well, how do I... *6 to unmute yourself. I think I should be able to unmute you all, but I'm not.
We're not.
There you go. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, it's very good.
Thank you, Steve.
Right,
thank you, everyone. I love you all.
Love you all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay.